Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Indigo here. If you're having a good day or a good night, whatever time it is you watch this video. Okay, let's get into a little message. So let me figure out where I'm starting at before. I like as soon as I maybe I should read this. Maybe I should read this. This was not what I was going to read, but I guess we could do this as like a little channel message. But being easily let down by others who never apologize to you for letting you down, living to protect the future of others, being aware of what's going on emotionally, but you being the only one able to confront it, ending up feeling the need to suppress your emotional state to protect the feelings and reputations of those around you, needing to be approved, needing to be approached with care, but business always needing to be taken care of. Building a caring environment around you is important. You now wish to do things with love, honesty, and respect. Your journey to recover combined with your career is providing you a completely new way of life and how you look at it and how you actually are a new you. So this I wrote this down. I drew this little picture, which I like this little picture. Isn't she cute? Um but yeah, I feel like that could be a message to the collective. Um a lot of things are, when you become consciously aware, you start to take more accountability for the choices you make. And then when you simplify life with the idea of everybody is responsible of making their own choices, you put yourself in that state to acknowledge that accountability because you're choosing to show up how you're showing up, and that's your choice. And you're holding yourself accountable for that. Um, and you are also simplifying it by seeing others and noticing what their choices are and how they choose to live, and how that doesn't have anything to do with you because those are not your choices. Okay, so if you allow somebody to persuade you or sway your choices, then who's really living, you or them? Okay, something is being put very simply in somebody's mind. Okay, this could be an overview collectively. Okay, the questions are becoming very simple because the answers are seen. And it's like people are cutting straight through shit because the confusion is not necessary when you can see. Okay? When you know how to get two and two to four, you can make answers. You can formulate your own answers. Right? 3, 1, 2 and 2. Like, yeah. So that was a little message. Um okay, why stop doing what will bring you absolutely everything you need? You live for God, not for man. What God approves, you accept. What God disapproves, you thank Him for protecting you from it. Okay, a lot of people are choosing the thing that makes them happy. Last night I had a dream, and what I was doing in that dream, the question of whatever it is in life that makes you really happy, you should make that your career. And I had a dream about what that is. And the simplicity of the message behind it gives the ultimate creations of it so much more meaning. And everything that I desire to do in life has so much meaning behind it. Like, it's not just, you can't take it at face value. I mean, you can, but if you are someone who seeks to understand, you see things in a completely different perspective. And the simplicity of what makes me happy. You know, tarot was something that made me happy at some point. I had learned it, I had mastered it, I had overmastered it. And then I started to learn the true understanding behind tarot. Then I started to upgrade my consciousness, and my abilities became so artistically displayed to me that I started to feel like I no longer needed cards. And when I used the cards, it was only allowing me so much of a full perception. Like, even like with my oracle cards, like I love my oracle cards. Like, I love words and visuals and stuff like that. But creating a box for me to be able to tell you what I'm seeing and visualizing in my head, like, it's already in there. And there are things that trigger it. You know, this painting that I have right now is kind of looks like the thinking man. But then it's also like going into the eye for something. So yeah, I think the narrative around, there are just certain things that are changing because they no longer, you're not living for other people. I feel like I say that all the time. Like, you're not living for other people. This isn't about other people. What you choose to do with your life is not about other people. In no way, shape, or form should it be. When it comes to you choosing your happiness, you can't make that about other people because you're literally speaking to your happiness. Now, when you start adding in contributing factors that could throw that off balance, you're adding in shit that's not your happiness, but you're taking, like, you know, it's not focused on your happiness. Okay, because when you simplify it, it's like, yeah, if that specific thing makes me happy, then I'm willing to deal with whatever it comes with. And I feel like for me, tarot, I've went through so much. I went through so much in like real life, you guys, like not just on the internet, like real life, yo. And I feel like there are people out there that can attest to the real life like format of it. And it was limiting me to only a certain type of community. Like, yeah, the spiritual community at its whole, but there are parts, you know, there are the artists who just so happen to be intuitive, and express that art in a creative way. But yeah, all that shit that I experienced from what my journey, Bitch, I had cults trying to hop me in. Like, I had motherfuckers telepathically trying to guide me to locations to fucking sacrifice my ass. Like, yo, I had, and all of this protected me. Like, all of this knowing and seeing and protecting me. But and I literally fought the battle with my sword. Like, I fought the battle with my truth. Like, with what I knew. Like, with no proof in my own life besides what was going on in my head, which confirms that I'm not crazy. Cause look, I'm still alive, bitch. Like what? Um but yeah, I think at one point in my life, like it was so fulfilling to me. And it still is, but it's just not how I want to do it anymore. It's not how I want to do it anymore. Like I'm already gifted. Like I feel like I just have to allow you guys to see how I even get that thought or the idea of a message. And then I need to allow myself to be in a like sedated state, which is a state of blissfulness, a state of pure joy and happiness from doing something that I love to do while vocalizing whatever my truth is. Like in one of my videos recently, I was like hardcore cleaning my nails and like pushing my cuticles. Like I was like hardcore doing that. And the only thing that made it weird is like, why do I feel like why am I doing this on camera right now? Like, why am I doing this on camera right now? I came here to give a message, but it's like I couldn't stop, but it was making me feel better and more comfortable saying whatever it was that I was saying, channeling whatever it was that I was channeling. So the way in which you do something may evolve, but I also feel like that way is going to open you up or maybe bring you back to the core of why you were doing something. Maybe the narrative changes because it becomes for you and less about other people. Yeah, because it reminded me again when I started tarot. The purpose specifically was to understand people's trauma and their emotional states and why it was that they were acting in the way that they were acting, not just towards me, but in their life in general. And that led me, as we see, it's brought me a long way. But it's like I feel like there are a lot of us who are learning how to like exist not in traumatic states anymore, not in trauma, not having to constantly be responsible for everybody and their fucking mother. And then the fact that you're holding yourself responsible and accountable for people who wouldn't even do the same thing for you. And you're allowing yourself to miss out on an experience because of these people that you feel validated when caring for or putting ahead of yourself. Confirmation. Double confirmation. Virgo and Taurus. Okay. Going through a change. Something's about to be nurtured with the sixth house. Yeah, it's like simplify that shit. Like we don't have time for all these little side wars y'all got going on. And the world is literally falling apart in front of us. And y'all got so much energy to beef with people who are just trying to make it just like everybody else, but nobody's willing to fight the masses. Like, what the fuck? Like, so weird. So strange. So community and unity are all important, but you never know where you belong until you place yourself in that environment. And the levels of depth and understanding and enlightenment and spiritual nature like still can exist. I just seen the craziest shit in the world. And I don't even know how to describe what I just saw. But I saw like the dimensions of this wall behind me were intense. And I'm like, yo, the 3D, like I just seen the mate like unfold and like break the code. Break the code. Yeah, I feel like something is oversaturated. It's time to do some new shit. Like, you feel me? It's time to do some new shit. Some shit. Pipe down, people. Somebody just tried to be like, what you gonna do? Let me see. Let me see. And that's another reason why I feel like I have to go within. Like, people can only really be accessible to me if I allow them in. And online, like, I'm allowing people in, they have access, but only to a certain extent, right? Me placing myself in other people's world is an option. It's an option for everybody. It's another choice. So like, place it where it belongs. Let's focus on saving others, because I know that what I'm doing is just naturally saving others. Like, every day in my life, like, I'm saving people. Like, it doesn't matter like what time of day it is, it's the same narrative. So the focus on self, the time with self, the growth in self is a positive like change. The choosing to do the thing that makes you really happy and will ensure your success. That's like tea. I'm also just sitting here looking at my room and I'm like, yo, it looks so nice. Like, I've been here not that long, and like when I first got here, I was not pleased with a lot of things. And I've turned around those things and still in the midst of turning things around, but the comfortability, like, yo, everything, this rug, I have a Calvin Klein rug that is in great condition, doesn't smell weird. It's just a Calvin Klein rug. Um, that I fucking got off the street for free. Like, this bit, like, most of the things in my room are free. The only thing that I bought is this bed set and like some other smaller like things. But I like speaking furniture wise, like, but yeah, everything is just, and it just is like, I asked for something and I got it, and it was free. Like, I mean, I did have to bring this bitch upstairs, which she's heavy. She's a thick one. She's a thick rug. Um, and it's funny because it was another rug next to it. And it's crazy because right before I experience shit, like, I get the download of what's gonna happen. Like, spoiler alert, like, type energy. Um so I knew that there would be a smaller rug that was like movable. Like, it was easier to lift than the one that I actually wanted, which is the one that I got. But when I went back, the other rug was gone, and then this was the only rug that was left. And I was like, oh. So last night, I used my handy dandy cart to throw her in and bring her back. And I feel like it's the funniest thing ever. So yeah. But yeah, that's just the point to say that, like, building the idea of sanctuary has so many meanings. I feel like even that's significant. My roommate has two cats, and so the food is timer and it goes off, and it like it's his voice like telling them like to come eat. But yeah, bitch, it's feasting season. Like, what the fuck? Like, hoes ain't gotta tell me to eat. Yo, I'm finna eat. She ate. Clock it. Oh my gosh. Yo, clock it. Don't make me laugh. But yeah, collective. It's just that season. Like, more expression. Like, like my mind does some pretty crazy shit. I feel like if I allow myself to limit it, then I'll never know what other crazy shit could I do? With the helps of the spirit realm, what other crazy shit could I do? I could become a fucking real life magician. I could really be out here. Chris Angel in it. When I was younger, I used to love watching that show, yo. Cause I'm like, yo, I could do that. Like, yo, I could do that. I could do that. Oh my goodness. And that dream kind of like disappeared. Like, I remember one of the conscious thoughts that I had as a child, and this is like, I don't I don't ever realize how extremely odd and different my childhood was until I hear people talk about theirs. Then I really start to think about, like, oh wow, you really have been special this whole entire time. Because I'm like, yo, you like what? Um the simplicity, of some people's doesn't mean that it was easy, but I'm like, yo, I don't even know how to I do know how to explain it. Willing to share it. Getting a microphone because we have to talk collective. Like, we're just gonna go into a whole another segue on this channel for like a little minute or two. We'll see how it turns out, and then we'll determine how long it lasts. But I have an idea. The idea I've been telling y'all that I've been having, it's in full effect. Um, Perfect alignment with the stars, but yeah, one of the thoughts that I had as a child was like, oh, maybe you keep me inside because you know I'm gifted and you're protecting me. Like, because there would be moments of me sharing my gift, and then there would be moments of me, like, my parent cutting me off, and I just didn't understand that. And my brain was like, oh, you're doing that because you're protecting me. Um, Growing up in a house where, like, the people that are in care of you and you were in close proximity to, I slept a lot as a kid, and I'm a dreamer. Um, a constant mental like psychosis that they were trying to get to suppress like my gifts. And there was a lot of trauma mentally, physically that I experienced that really took a fucking toll on my mind, like as a child, which is why I was not a good performer in school. Um, I remember words like would look different to me. There's some words that look different to me, but that's not, I don't know, whatever. Words that look different to me, shit that say would say, even me reading my own handwriting, like shit could be spelled right, bitch. And I'm like, that does not, that says this. Like, and then which leads to me like channeling something and then talking about something else. So it's just very funny. But spelling was a thing. And when you grow up in a household where you have to like write lines to make sure that you know how to spell something on top of somebody like yelling at you, like my trauma response is to just like shut it down. Like, because it was never a correction. It was like, oh, you spelled it wrong. And then it was immediate, like, what I feel like they felt I needed to be disciplined because I didn't get it right the first time. Like, what? It was intense. It was intense. So there's some things that like I've just recently been like memories have been coming through my mind. I've been remembering more of my childhood, okay? Because when you do experience a traumatic childhood, like you do forget things. There are things that you hold on to, but there's a huge portion of it that you just can't take account for. Um, but you can remember certain time eras. And it's like all that stuff is finally coming back to me because I'm at a state where like I can receive the information and it's not like it's not going to damage my brain because of the truth and like the pain behind it. You feel me? Um and that goes into talking about what we're going to be talking about on this channel for I don't know how long this is going to be going on, but a practice in which it is that I have been doing for a while. And I'm definitely going to talk about the beginning stages of doing this practice and why it's important to understand the true meaning behind it because you can have an adverse effect. Like then it becomes something else. It's not the practice of cord cutting. So cord cutting is what we're going to be talking about. I am going to be offering cord cutting services to you guys. I definitely want you to see like what a cord cutting ceremony looks like for the people that I will be performing for you guys. But those certain things are definitely going to be behind a paywall. Okay, the more spiritually heightened and in depth certain things are, they are going to be behind a paywall because the tricks to the trade, girl. There are a lot of people who are just watching, and then there are a lot of people who are supporting. And if you are a supporter, you are willing to support and receive in return. It's equal exchange, right? And whatever parameters that is. So cord cutting is going to be the topic. It is the topic. I definitely, when they talk about how like some people literally have access to like light codes, so they receive knowledge from like the sun. You can receive knowledge from the moon too. You can receive knowledge from like anything, a tree, if you can communicate with it, right? That is what this is for me because younger, I didn't know. I'm very deeply tied into like my heritages and our practices and things that we did for cleansing and healing work. Cord cutting is a part of my cleansing and healing work. Um, and that is a service that I am now going to be providing for my collective. Also, just like group stuff, like group ceremonial stuff that we can do together. Stuff that we could do together to help each other heal. Um, so this is not the video where I'm going to start talking about this, but this is just the precursor. You guys can definitely expect that video tomorrow because I'm definitely filming it tonight. As you can hear, there's a cat scratching at my door. Yeah, that was just significant. But I think that because we're in those ages where magic and things are so prominently talked about openly and freely, I think the basics of it needs to be explored, and people need to build themselves up to be the best magician, if that so is the path, or whatever it is that you want to be. I mean, because healing is essentially magic. When you can heal yourself in a way that is not normal, you know? And now that I'm sitting here talking with y'all about this, we're gonna have to come up with the lingo, because y'all know the pharmaceutical company, y'all know that people who are herbalists and have natural remedies, you know that a lot of these things are illegal. And I definitely do feel there will be pushback from the government, from the people, bitch, if they could ever get their shit together. If we don't do what I think we finna do, yeah, there will definitely be pushback on even how it is that you go about healing or presenting knowledge to people to heal their fucking mental state. So, because I just like heard some shit in my head as soon as I said that, and I'm like, oh, let's avoid the problem before there's a problem, right? I'm very big on that, which is why I take my time with everything I do, because things change, girl. We reading futures. We're reading timelines, we're jumping timelines where it's not just about right now, tomorrow, or what could potentially happen. Like, this is like effects for the long haul. But yeah. So, super excited about it. Happy that it's time. Happy that we get to move forward. Really excited to do this with y'all. And thanks for watching this video. Any other videos that you've watched. I love you, collective, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.